What's happening, Wargamers? Welcome to another Sanctioned Battle Report. As you know, I'm MiniWarGaming Leland, and I am joined today by MiniWarGaming gamer Quark. There we go. And we are going to be playing a 200-point game of Annihilation for Infinity. Now, we are trying to put a little bit more narrative spins to these things lately. So for this particular game, it's going to be the Yu Jing and Aleph. And for whatever reason, Yu Jing has had a disagreement with the Aleph A.I. And they have decided that in order to punish them, they need to take out some of their heroes. So you're going to be running a very hero-heavy list. Yes. We're going to see some Achilles, some Ajax, some Patroclus, and some other stuff. And my Yu Jing force is basically going to try and take out as many of these heroes as I can. So it's a little bit smaller on the order side, but it should create for a fun and interesting game as we try to basically beat each other in the face. So anyway, we're going to go check all that stuff out in just a second. But if you guys ever want to come in and get a game of Infinity with myself, or War Machine, or X-Wing with Quark, just go to miniwargaming.com/challenge. All the email addresses are there. Just send an email to whoever you want to get a game in with whatever game system, and we're going to do whatever we can to make that a reality. So hopefully we hear from you. Anyway, let's get into it and go check out the game. So here is the Aleph forces. So as you can see right in the center there, we have Achilles. We have two Myrmidons with chain rifles, Ajax in the back, and Patroclus, who is very likely going to be acting as protection for one of these guys. So very nice and simple at 200 points. And here we have the Yu Jing hit team. So we have Eureka Oda in the very front there. We have an Obi-Wan next to her, two Keitetsus, one that is a hacking device, the other one is a paramedic. We have a Domaru with chain rifle. We have a Yan Hao with twin HMG, or with a multi HMG, and we have one Husong total remote bot with HMG. So again, nice and small. And we have the board all set up, so as many lanes of fire blocked off as possible to make it nice, cramped, and contained, and basically encourage us to get into the fighting nice and quickly. So we have our initiative roll. So 15 versus my 13. So I terribly failed, but your 13 will definitely win. So you have the initiative. Would you like to choose deployment order or churn order?
Deployment order. And I will have you deploy first.
So I'll have me deploy first. All right. Well, in that case, I am going to go first, I believe. Okay. Yes. No, you know what? I'm going to have you go first, actually, because I'd rather cut your first turn of orders down a little bit. Okay. So I'll have you go first. So we are all set up. The Aleph forces have decided to just sort of clump together there. So as you can see, they're all hanging around, ready to protect their heroes. Across the way, we have the Yu Jing forces. Now, the Oniwabin failed his roll for superior infiltration, rolling a 20. So not only does he not get to deploy where I wanted him to, but he doesn't get to deploy with his TO camo state intact, which means he is on the table and ready to be shot. Actually, let's just move him with the... Yeah, because he's supposed to be right next to the board edge there. And then we have the Domaru. We have the paramedic next to the Yan Hao. We have the board observer next to the total action remote bot. And then we have Eureka Oda, who unfortunately is deployed all the way over here just to cover all the bases, so she's going to have to really hoof it to be useful in this game. Now, we did make all our rolls, and Quark did opt to have me deploy, first, so I'm telling him to go first. And I think I'm going to use one of my command tokens to reduce his order pool by 2, just so he doesn't have a lot to work with. But let's go into Aleph, turn 1. Going to start off, have everyone linked together, or everyone but Achilles anyway. Just going to see them move forward.
So moving forward. Forward right there. Moving on up. Moving on up. And I don't think that draws line of sight on anybody for an ARO.
I don't believe so.
Alright, so then the secondary action will be a second move, where this one will move up to there. Ajax is going to move through here. Move up there. Finally moving right next to Patroclus.
You mean Achilles?
Achilles, sorry.
Yeah, I know, they look similar.
They do.
So that is the first order. Second regular order?
Now, just for reference here, my like team leader is Ajax. I forgot to put that down.
Yep.
The first thing they're going to do is move, so I'm just going to have this guy tuck into the corner. Ajax is going to move right up behind him, and I'm going to kind of form a conga line here. So moving right there. And then finally this one is just going to
just move around Achilles there.
2 and 4 to right here.
Yeah. And it looks like you're still within 8 of Ajax there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're still within 8.
Yep.
Beautiful. And second half of that order?
Second half of that order, I'm just going to have this guy move around to here. And this guy is going to make his way up the staircase to there.
Alright. And that will end the second order. Third and last regular order.
Yep, I'm going to have this guy just go up the rest of the steps to right here.
Okay, so that might provoke an arrow from my total reaction bot.
I do believe it will.
And that's all he's going to do for
The
his...
first half of that order.
Yep.
Do the second half, where this guy's going to reveal himself as...
Patroclus?
Yep. And take a shot at your total reaction bot with his Spitfire.
So we got ourselves a face-to-face. So my bot is going to be firing into Patroclus. Now, unfortunately, you're in cover, have ODD, and you're just an inch out of the positive range there. So I actually am going to need ones, and that's not even going to be a crit there. Whereas Patroclus is going to be firing back. He's at -6 for range.
-6 for range, and then minus another 3 for cover. So that'll be -9 in total. I'm looking for 4s.
4s. So 1s versus 4s. And total reaction, so I got 3 shots. No hits on my part. And
1, 2.
Oh,
2
lovely.
hits on mine. I'll take it.
No armor on this guy except for the cover, so basically I need to roll 12s or better, or he's going to be in trouble. And no, that's not good. So that's going to take down his structure and put him into the first state of inactive or unconscious. So I might be able to get Oda over there to repair him, but we'll see what happens.
And finally, I'm going to spend my lieutenant order because I feel gutsy.
Well, after that roll, why not?
Pretty much. So then Achilles is going to move 2 to here with his first move, and he's got another 4 inches because he's moving at 6 at the beginning, so he's going to go all the way up to here. And then second action, he's just going to park it right there.
Right behind Patroclus. Alright, so that is the end of the Aleph turn. All in all, not a bad start to the turn, or to the game. You were able to take out my total reaction bot rather effectively, which is not good for me, because I was kind of banking on him to try and cover lanes of fire there. So, we're going to go into Yu Jing turn 1 and see if I can even the odds a little bit. For my first turn, I'm just going to spend a long order, or use my full order, and put my Oniwabin back into camo. I'm going to spend another order, and the Oniwabin, or the camo token, is going to just sort of vault over the crates here. 4 inches. That will provoke some arrows. Would you like to attempt to discover?
Yes.
Alright, who's going to attempt it?
I'm going to have both my Myrmidons attempt it.
Okay, and everyone else is just going to delay arrow?
Yep.
Okay. And then he's just going to move forward 4 more inches to there. So we got 2 discover checks to try. So it's 2 willpower 13 checks to make to see if you discover me. Nope.
Yeah.
No.
No,
Oh, no, that's right. Yeah, never mind. You have to roll
Under.
under.
So that would be 2.
Yep.
Not only do we see you, we super see you.
Super see me. All right. He's revealed. Not like you didn't know who he was. Well, now that he's out in the open, he's going to spend another order, and he's going to move forward 4 inches. Provoking some more arrows. Now, we've checked it out the line of sight. Achilles and Patroclus can't actually see him, but there's some Myrmidons and Ajax that definitely can.
Yes, they can.
Fantastic. So what would they like to do?
They are going to shoot.
Alright, so 2 combi rifles and whatever Ajax got? Chain rifles?
All 3 of them have chain rifles.
Alright, but can you put Ajaxes down without hitting your own guys?
Probably not.
So I'm going to be getting 4 chain rifle templates plus 2 combi rifle shots. As much as I want to try and kill your guys, I realize my tactical error now. I should have put them back into camo mode before moving within the range of the chain rifles. I'm just going to attempt to dodge at physical 12 and hope for the best against all your hits. So let's find out. Yes, I'll dodge. So thankfully, I'll dodge that one. Now, we do still have to see if the combi rifles do anything, because that one is a direct face-to-face, and you got 2 shots from that. So Ajax is going to need 10s to hit my my fella right here.
Survey says 1 hit.
Oh, no, my 4 beats your 1 though.
That's true.
And then your 15 misses, so I will completely dodge. I will get 4 inches of dodge movement. Putting them over to there, and hopefully on the line of sight of at least one of those chain rifles. Yeah, looks like it. And he will live for another order. Gonna spend an order on the Yanhound. He's just gonna do a long order to move down. Spending another order on him, and he's going to do a move for 6 inches, bringing him just past the Domaru here. Going to spend another order on him, and he's going to move 4 inches just behind the crates and to get into line of sight of all these Myrmidons. And for a second short order, he is going to fire into the Myrmidon with the red sword there with his multi-HMG using the AP shock.
All right.
Now, you do have line of sight provoking arrows. Are they doing anything?
Ajax does have line of sight. He's going to shoot, and the one that you're shooting at is going to try and dodge.
Remember, a link team has to do the same actions.
Fair enough. Then they're all going to shoot.
They're all going to shoot?
Yep.
Alright, so his chain rifle does nothing.
Yeah.
Because can't reach. And Ajax will attempt to shoot me with 2 combi rifle shots. So Ajax is going to be firing at his -3 range and through cover, so he's going to need 7s for this. And I'm at my +3 range band. You have no cover, but you do have your ODD. So it's going to be +3 -6. So my Yanhao is going to need 11s to hit your Myrmidon. So do your combi rifle one, because it's not a face-to-face. So 1 hit from the combi rifle. So I need to roll a 6 or better with my armor of 5 and behind cover. And I will just barely make it. So no wound on the Yanhao. And my 4 shots against the Myrmidon unopposed, needing 11s. And we have only 1 hit. But you know what? It's AP and shock. So this is damage 15, and you're down to armor 1. So you need to roll a 15 or better.
Oh.
And that will successfully kill one of the Myrmidons.
Blah.
Bam! And at this point, I'm going to reveal my Lieutenant token, which happens to be my Yanhao. And I'm going to put him into full suppressive.
Okay.
And that will end my turn. So I was able to take out one of the Myrmidons, get my Oniwabin a little bit closer. Hopefully he doesn't die next turn. And we're going to go into Aleph, turn 2. First regular order for Aleph.
I'm going to move this guy right up to here. And he's going to try and shoot that guy.
Alright, he will respond by... He's going to respond just by trying to dodge a little bit closer and get right up to the edge there just so you can't see him.
Okay.
So I have a dodge of 12, and you're going up against TO Camo here.
So I need 7s.
Alright. So I will pass with a 12. So let's see if your crits cancel out mine.
Nope.
No crits. So I will... And I think I'm actually doing that wrong. I don't think crits actually cancel each other out. But either way, that's how I'll run it until people keep yelling at me enough to break it into my head.
Okay.
So the Oniwabin will just go right up against the wall there.
Next, I'm going to have Patroclus activate. And
Achilles?
Achilles, sorry. And he's going to go 4 here.
Okay.
And then 2 more to right here.
And even though you're using or you're in my zone of control, I have no arrows to declare because my 180-degree facing is pretty much right across there. So if he tries to climb down, I'm going to be able to see him.
Third order is going to be...
Are you activating the link team?
Yeah, well, I technically activated the link team when I moved him.
Yep.
But I'm going to do it again. And this time I'm going to put this guy right here.
Okay.
I'm going to put Ajax up to the wall here.
Okay.
And I'm just going to have him stand where he is.
Alright, so that's definitely going to be an arrow against the... Well, actually, there's a couple arrows. The Yanhao, first off, can declare an arrow, and he's going to declare against the... I'm going to declare against the Myrmidon. Easier to kill him to take out the link team there. And the Oniwabin will... Ooh, I don't know what the Oniwabin wants to do. I think the Oniwabin will... I'm actually going to risk to dodge to engage with that nice little unit there. I'm going to try to dodge to engage Ajax.
Alright.
And what's the second part of your order?
I'm going to fire a chain rifle into your Oniwabin.
Okay.
And Ajax is going to shoot at your...
Got to be the same target.
It does.
Yes, it does. One of the downsides of... The other problem is that with link teams in the active turn, only one guy can actually fire.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
In that case, Ajax is just going to shoot at your...
So you're not going to worry about the chain rifle then?
Nah.
Okay, so Ajax is going to fire at the Yan Hao?
Yes.
Alright. So Ajax has +1 burst for being in a link team, +1 burst for 2 combi rifles. Firing into the Yan Hao through cover, through suppression fire, and at -3 range, so he's going to need 4s. My Yan Hao is at the -3 range for suppression fire and firing into cover, so at -6, so I'm going to need 8s. And I'll be doing the AP shock.
Alright, and I technically have 5 dice, I only have 4 in my hand. I just gotta grab one more.
Sure.
So
the 5 shots from Ajax.
looking for 4s.
2 hits with 2s.
All right.
And let's see if I can get a couple 8s here. That'd be fantastic. No 8s, but my 3 does cancel out your 2s.
Yep.
So that's going to be 1 shot going through. Did I actually declare a target?
You said the Myrmidon.
That's right. I just wanted to double check that. So the Myrmidon will take a hit there. Armor 2 down to 1 plus cover, so needs a 12 or better. No. So the other Myrmidon is fine. Jeez, that armor save. I've been playing a lot of 40k lately.
Yep.
I keep looking for the under stuff. But well, at the very least, that Yan Hao didn't go down. And the Oni Wobbin at this point gets his opportunity to dodge to engage with Ajax. Next order.
I'm gonna have this guy just move and engage,
Okay.
and they're all gonna swing at that guy.
So my arrow will be to basically whack at Ajax with my monofilament weapon, and you're going to strike back? All right, so the fun things here. First off, Natural Born Warrior basically ignores my martial arts, so we don't have to worry about that. Your Myrmidon's coming in to support Ajax, I assume, because he's probably the heavier hitter. So that's going to give you +1 burst on Ajax, +1 burst for being in the link team as well. So unless we got that wrong, Ajax is going to have 3 attacks at close combat to 22, and it's going to be a face-to-face against my close combat of 24, but only 1 attack from me. So Ajax will crit on an 18+, I will crit on a 16+. You roll first. No crit. Okay. Come on, I need a crit here. It's not a crit, but you know what? I'll take the 14. So that does mean you have an armor roll with no armor against monofilament. It counts as damage 12. Now, here's the important thing. If Ajax fails this, he's just dead. He loses all his wounds. Does not matter. So armor 12. Ajax goes down!
Now, does that eliminate all wounds?
It just completely puts him to the dead state immediately.
Ah, okay.
For monofilament. So the Oni Wobbin has taken down Ajax and broken the link team. So he has definitely paid for himself at this point with a big decisive blow against the Aleph forces. In my excitement, I forgot that this is Berserk, so it's not actually a face-to-face roll. So we're actually just beating each other in the face. So 3 successful hits against me. So that's going to be 9 arm rolls. I'm pretty sure the Oni Wobbin is dead. Hey, look at that. The Oni Wobbin is dead. But you know what? He took on Ajax. I'm going to call that a fair trade. And that's going to bring us to the final order, which is your lieutenant order.
Yep, so I'm going to be putting Achilles into suppressive fire.
All right. And I take it he has the Spitfire?
Yes, he does.
All right. And that is going to end the turn for Aleph. So the Oni Wobbin was able to take out Ajax, but that still leaves a Myrmidon, Patroclus, and Achilles. So there's still quite a bit of killing power on the table against me. And we're going to see how the Yu Jing forces can respond going into their turn 2. Going into Yu Jing turn 2. I'm going to start by spending an order over on Yuriko Oda. She's just going to move into base. And unfortunately nothing else she can really do. She's going to spend another order to climb all the way up, and we're going to have to double check that to see if Achilles' suppression fire is within range, but I think I might be okay. I'm going to spend another order, and she's just going to move to get within base of the total remote. So her move will put her right into base with the bot here. Now, at this point, that is going to provoke an arrow from Patroclus, who will, I assume, shoot. And will Achilles break his suppression fire?
No.
No? Okay, so he's going to stay in suppression. Patroclus and his Spitfire is going to fire across. Now, I'm not in cover. Unfortunately, I didn't move myself. Well, in order to get into base, I had to move out of cover. So the range is going to be -3 for that. So he needs a 10 to hit me.
Nope.
Okay, good. So that Spitfire will not connect. Moving over here, I'm actually going to break suppression with the Yan Hao. And I'm going to fire into the Myrmidon, who is in cover and has his ODD, so it's going to be -6. What's he going to do?
He will dodge.
He's going to attempt to dodge, okay. I'm going to use the AP shock here. So range is going to be +3, -3 for cover, -6 for ODD. So I'm going to be needing 8s, and your dodge is 13. So I will get... Ooh. So I will get 2 hits against the Myrmidon, and your dodge will fail to go off. So he's going to take some shots. Needing 12s to stay up.
Oh.
No, the Myrmidon will go down, leaving just Patroclus and his buddy Achilles. I'm going to spend an order on the Yan Hao. I'm going to move him over here. That should put Patroclus and him within line of sight of each other. Absolutely it does. So that will be an arrow from Patroclus. Would you like to try and shoot at him?
No, I'm going to dodge.
You're going to dodge? Alright, because I'm going to try and shoot at you. Dodge is going to be 13. Once again, I'm going to need 8s because of +3 for range, -3 for cover, and -6 for ODD. So I will get 1 hit with a 1.
Dodging with an 11.
And it is dodged. And with Kinematica 1, 3 inches of movement, getting him out of line of sight. So that was going to be burning my lieutenant order, so that'll bring me down to my last regular order. My last regular order is going to be to go prone. And will Patroclus try to shoot at her?
Patroclus and Achilles will both try to shoot.
I think Achilles might be out of range unless you break suppression.
I'm breaking suppression.
Alright, her second action is going to be to dodge. Both these guys going to need 10s for -3 for range, but nothing for cover. So go ahead and roll your shots.
Nope.
No hits, and you know what, even if I fail my dodge, I passed my dodge, but it doesn't matter, she has gone prone. So Eureka Oda has gone prone, and that will end Yu Jing turn 2. So we're going to see what Achilles and Patroclus can do as we go into Aleph turn 3. First order, Patroclus.
Going to move to right here.
Okay, that is going to provoke an arrow from the Yan Hao.
Yep.
Who thankfully is not, well, thankfully for Quark, not in suppressive fire mode, so only going to be 1 shot.
And I'm going to shoot back.
Alright. Because it's only burst 1 on the reaction, I'm going to use the explosive shot on this one. Patroclus is going to need 3s, being in +3 range. Sorry, 13s, being in +3 range band and -3 for cover. I'm going to need 8 with my explosive shot. That's not an 8. Only 1 hit. Okay, so worst case scenario, he's only going to drop a wound. Need to roll a 7 between +3 cover and armor 5. Oh, no. Okay, so the Yan Hao will take a wound and require a guts check. So the Yan Hao is going to lose a wound, and he failed his guts check, so he's going to have to get out of line of sight of Patroclus, which will just bring him over to there. So Achilles going to spend a regular order, and he's going to climb down. And Achilles was able to jump down or climb down in such a way where the Yan Hao is not able to see him. And Lieutenant order, Achilles is going to move forward.
4, and then the remaining 2.
Just to get right into cover there?
Right into cover here. And that will give him line of sight through the building, through the window here, into that guy. Into the
Dormammu. So, yeah, the Dormammu is... Well, he's got an ARO, and got to figure out what he can do. The Dormammu has his chain rifle, but I think that's just going to be just too long. I'm going to declare dodge as my action, but I just want to see if this actually would have hit.
Yep.
Just barely. You know what? I'm confident with my dodge decision.
Okay.
Hitting you would have been nice, but it wouldn't have killed Achilles. So yeah, we'll stick with my dodge. So Achilles is going to fire in with his Spitfire into the Dormammu. He's going to need 18s because they're in the +3 range band. He's not close enough to get any cover from that. My dodge is 14, so I'm looking for a good roll here. I'm not dodging it.
And
oh boy.
That's 4 hits.
That's a lot of hits. Armor 3 with the Dormammu. So I need to roll... this is damage 14, correct? Yeah, so I need to roll 12s or better.
Your armor...
Armor 3.
Armor 3.
Yeah, 12s or better. And not quite enough. That will knock the Dormammu unconscious. And that will take us to the last order for Aleph. So he is currently in the lead. I'm going to have to either get some guys back up and standing, or I'm going to have to take down Achilles or Patroclus to jump back here. So let's see what I can do as we go into Yu Jing, turn 3. I'm going to spend a regular order, and I'm going to try and get my remote back up and running, because Yuriko Oda is an engineer. So willpower 13. Oh, I just killed my robot.
Yeah, you did.
I'm going to use a command token to re-roll that.
Okay.
So I'll just double check to confirm it. I can in fact use a command token to do that. So let's hope the second time around I don't kill my bot. I'm going to kill my bot because I don't know if I can keep using command tokens to re-roll those. So my bot is dead. Fantastic. Going to spend an order on the Yan Hao, and he's just going to move back over here. That is going to provoke an arrow from Patroclus. But I think that that nice little solid wall there is still going to be blocking Achilles from seeing him. So what's Patroclus going to do?
He will dodge.
He will dodge. I'm going to throw a bunch of HMG AP shock hits at Patroclus.
Okay.
I'm going to need 8s for this, and your dodge is 13? All right. Yep, there was a crit, so one is going to hit you. And the crit will definitely go through. Smack you with an AP and a shock. Shock's not going to matter. Oh, actually, no, shock might matter because you're only 1 wound. All right, so this is damage 15. Armor is down to 1 and plus 3 for cover.
So I need a 12.
All right. No, Patroclus will go down. Bam! So away he goes. So it is going to put me ahead of the game at this point. And at this point, I'm not going to bother spending the rest of my orders. I'm just going to let them idle, simply because if I do anything, I run the risk of Achilles basically just taking me out. So that killing Patroclus will put me into the lead for Yu Jing. So it will be a very, very minor Yu Jing victory. I was able to take out a number of the Greek heroes. So the Yu Jing government is satisfied. Stay tuned to find out what Aleph's response to this massacre of their forces is going to be. I'm sure it will be swift and bloody. Of course, that is going to be in the vault. You can go ahead and click the link below to go check that out. If you're not currently a vault member, go ahead and hit the link anyway. It's going to take you to a 7-day free trial in which you can see all the great content that we have kicking around. That goes for battle reports, painting tutorials, and other just weird, random, fun stuff like open vaults and whatnot. So hopefully you check it out. We'd love to see you kick around because we love building the community and we love hearing from you guys. Isn't that right, Quirk?
Yes, we do.
That's right. So hopefully we see you kick around there. And as always, guys, happy wargaming.